And it's just in time to take in contestant number 7 in Young Kings 1994, RAS KOMMANDA and Africa for the Africans.
Let me hear all you. Respect every time. We're doing this one for Clemmy George, right? And for all the people who proud to be called Africans. Good night, Miss Callis. Yeah, big argument with me and my neighbor Johnny over some racial indifferences. Just because I say I am an African, that alone created the disturbances. Where you know about Africa, he jump up and tell me, he say, you can't call yourself an African. But if you see the Johnny, how he big and tall, and he dark like an Ashanti. But like so many living here, the man knows nothing about his history. So I tell him, Johnny, Johnny, take your time, sonny. Africa is for Africans at home and abroad. Johnny, Johnny, you better know your history. You belong to a nation that's second to none. Boy, look, you're mining a dog born in Trinidad, but you're boasting you have a German Shepherd. Don't be a boo and let a dog have more pedigree than you. Johnny boy wants you black like me. Raise your hand, you is an African. So come follow the crowd and say it loud. I am black and proud. I want to hear you. So like day, badam bado la da de, la do la de, la da do, badam bade da do, badam bade la da do, badam la de da bado ba bade da do. Now don't get me wrong, I will always be a Trini, but that we just call nationality. When you're talking race, that's a different ball, my people. And me ain't giving up my Africa at all. Africa have mysteries anthropologists can't unfold, and half the black story has never been told. You see, when Africans was building great pyramids, the European was living in cave. So all the history they could write about we is simply that we are descendants of slaves. So hear me, Johnny, Johnny, take your time, sonny. Africa is for Africans at home and abroad. Johnny, Johnny, you better know your history. You belong to a nation that's second to none. Boy, well, if I can't make young one in a oven, you won't call the kitten a bread. Cause if you do that, you will prove to me you don't as a bat. Johnny boy wants your black like me, raise your hand, you is an African. Come follow the crowd and say it loud. I am black and proud. Yes, man. Doilade. Tell you. Padoilade, lodelade, da da doy. Balabadoilade. La doilade, la da doy. Pa-da-da doy, ba-ba-do-ba, pam-pam-pa-da. My time, come let we chat about some African history. Things that they won't teach you in school at all. That the Africans gave this world civilization. Centuries before Jesus Christ was born, Africans teach the world science, mathematics, and dentistry. On the banks of the Nile, they've been great universities. So my people, be proud of your race and your complexion. African, don't feel inferior. Cause no matter what happens, we will always be a great people universally. So listen, Johnny, Johnny, take your time, sonny. Africa is for Africans at home and abroad. Johnny, Johnny, you better know your history. You belong to a nation that's second to none. Now if you plant a cornfield and a peach tree grow, you will never call the peas a corn, you know. Cause if you do, the birds will be much more smarter than you. Johnny boy, once you're black like me, raise your hand, you is an African. So come follow the crowd and say it loud. I am black and proud. But you're black and proud? Well, say it loud. Do de la da do, la do de do de do da de da da do, ba do da de, ba do de, ba da da do ba de ba ba da. Now what we must do as African people today is first to regain our character. Listen, we must never bow or cringe in determination to reach beyond where great men have gone before. We must be real serious in every single thing that we do, so that other races will have great respect for you. We must be diplomatic, scientific, in a spirit of unity. Then is only God could put out a hand to stop the progress of African. So hear me, Johnny, Johnny, take your time, sonny. Africa is for Africans at home and abroad. Johnny, Johnny, you better know your history. You belong to a nation that's second to none. Now if you change your name back to African, that's the first step away from the plantation. And when you do, the master will have more respect for you. Johnny boy wants your head kinky. Raise your hand, you is an African. So come follow the crowd and say it loud. I am black and proud. One more time, come follow the crowd and say it loud. I am black and proud. Skinner Park, respect. Da-do, palumba de la da-do, da-da-da-do, de-lo, da-de-da-da-do, ba-da-ba-de-da-do-de.
Okay, that was RAS, Commander, and Africa for the African.